And the headlines. A shocking fire took place in Purok Said, Barangay Kalumpang, General Santos City. The donation of Stratford International School for the fire victims. The implementing distance learning method. St. Louis University protests for academic break. Stratford International School in General Santos City is possibly reopening the class by 2022. Alarming new COVID variant discovered in South Africa. Curry promised the Warriors to a victory over the Clippers. For the news crowd, your anchors, Gio Tiblani and Monawarah Harid.
Good afternoon, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao.
A shocking fire in Purok Said, Barangay Kalumpang, General Santos City left a huge devastation to the families. Jeperzon Talledo has the news.
The city government and Barangay Kalumpang will not allow the families affected by the fire to return their homes. Based on the record of the City Housing and Land Management Office, Purok Said, Barangay Kalumpang is the site of the fire. This red area has been placed under state of calamity. Then some of the students were affected by the fire and all the things that they have lost because of the fire. Jeffrix Talledo reported.
The donation program of Purok Said for the fire victims of the same ward and Stratford International School is one of them. Andrea Cleofe has the news.
Some of the schools continue to give donations to the families affected by the fire here in Barangay Kalumpang. And the people here are thankful because somehow it was a big help for them. And for those who wanted to offer some help to our families who were burnt down, you can donate anything. This is a big help for our families who were burnt down here in Purok Said, Barangay Kalumpang. Back to studio.
Authorities believe that schooling can continue even from home. They implemented the distance or remote learning, a method that delivers lessons through various ways including online, television, radio, and printed materials.
Over 21 million students from kindergarten to high school nationwide have signed up for the new schooling process. Colleges over 3 million students. The new system is drawing mixed reactions for students.
The transitions to online learning were probably one of the most difficult things that I've encountered in my past years of learning in high school. Being online was much easier because you'll know what to expect. However, I've never been more thrown off guard than I was in 9th grade back in 2019 when the pandemic has not yet started.
Some youth groups are urging officials to defer the school opening, nothing that thousands of students lack access to the internet. For some parents, distance learning seems impractical. They worry about the lack of gadgets and the unstable internet connectivity, especially if students need to go online regularly. In private schools, the students will be studying from home. For educational officials, trying to make it work better than doing nothing. Jessie Tamesis reporting for the news crowd. Back to the station.
Thank you, Mr. Tamesis.
And we will be right back.
The St. Louis University in Baguio City protests for academic break. Andrea Cleofe has the news.
This is the situation in St. Louis University, Main Gate, Baguio City, on Saturday night in October 30, 2021. Hundreds of SLU students held a candlelight protest to appeal a break from online classes and academic requirements. It's been stated that they have 3 confirmed suicide cases in their university.
Solutions needed, kumbaga, kailangan na namin na marinig din kami. So, ayun, one factor is that yung mga rumors nga po kasi whether it's kumbaga regardless ng numbers, meron at meron. So, sa amin kasi hindi na nagmamatter yung number, the fact that some Laotians took their lives.
Since September to October 2021, due to a never-ending stream of requirements, their Supreme Student Council lamented that their calls for academic breaks are continuously ignored and that the situation pushed them to implement a protest. Back to you, Harid.
The DOH recorded 544 new cases of COVID-19 this day. Because of that, the COVID-19 cases in our country have reached 2,833,878, wherein there has been 14,977 active cases. It has been stated that there were new 235 infected patients who died among the total number of 48,987 deaths from the said virus, while it has 735 recoveries among the total number of 2,769,914 recoveries.
Stratford International School is possible reopening class this year 2022. Give this report to Jessie Tamesis.
Based on the school head of Stratford International School, the year face-to-face classes will begin in 2022, and some of the students are excited about these face-to-face classes despite the fact that the number of COVID-19 positives is still rising. Parents and students has a mixed reaction about this matter. Some says it is for the betterment of the students, and some says it is for the downfall of our country. There's a lot of pros and cons about this matter, and the Marites are arguing about this. To gather conclusion, let's ask a student from Stratford International School. Let us know what is her side in this open-ended situation. Now, Ms. Labastida, as a student, what is your say about this matter? Would it be better for the students to have the face-to-face class while the world is still battling this furious and deadly virus, COVID-19?
Actually, I never thought of having face-to-face classes next year because we all know that COVID-19 is still lurking around the way from our eye, meaning we cannot see who's infected and who's not, right? So therefore, it is not good to our health to be exposed outside with less information about the infected people. However, our government leads out their plans carefully about this matter. I would assume that the students are fully vaccinated before coming to school to protect themselves and to protect the people around them. Even myself, I am excited to the upcoming face-to-face classes and intervention. It would be such an honor to me to learn and to laugh again with my classmates, friends, and teachers. We wouldn't want to back to the days since pandemic, right? I too would lose and around be ecstatic about it. I don't want the new normal would imprison and chain us to our own home. I just want to back to the way it's supposed to be. The way people laughing under the sun and celebrating the world with joy and happiness.
Aren't you afraid that in face-to-face classes you might be infected by the virus of COVID-19?
As I said, I would assume the students are fully vaccinated before coming to school to avoid spreading the virus and serve us as a protection not by oneself but also to the people around them. I, Phoebie Labastida, I'm not afraid of any viruses. Well, in fact, my vaccination is already in schedule. This is for the preparation for upcoming face-to-face classes.
It seems that the students are preparing for the upcoming face-to-face. Many schools are already planning to go face-to-face in the coming year, but also according to the students, everyone needs to be vaccinated and for their own safety. Back to studio.
Typhoon Jaco keeps moving out in our Philippine area of responsibility. The eye of the typhoon was seen again at a distance of 1,645 kilometers east of northern Luzon, and its center wind was 165 kilometers per hour. The north wind or the northeast wind is even stronger. In addition to this, in Luzon, the wind already exists there. In the Visayas, the north wind will continue to blow until the weekend. Due to the strength of the north wind, the waves are high on the coast of the Ilocos region, Cagayan Valley, including Batanes, Aurora, Quezon, including Polillo Island, Bicol region, north in eastern Samar, to there in Dinagat Island, Surigao Province, and Davao Oriental. Even without a storm, be prepared for rain tomorrow. Just in the morning, there was rain in the Cagayan Valley, Cordillera, Aurora, Quezon, and Palawan, especially here in Mindanao, with places like Caraga and Davao region that have already rained. But in the afternoon, more rain is expected in the Mindanao, which is sometimes heavy as well in the Cagayan Valley, Cordillera, and Palawan. When the week comes, it may rain but it will be reduced. There is moderate rainfall in Cagayan Valley, in some parts of Cordillera, Quezon, and Mindanao. In the afternoon, there is almost no rain here in Luzon. There in the Visayas, there is rain in some parts of Mindanao. That's the latest from the news crowd, and I'm Jeffrix Valdueza. Mag-aral ng mabuti upang buhay ay bumuti. Back to studio.
A new COVID variant is discovered in South Africa and is now been detected in other countries, and new travel restrictions are being implemented around the world. Jessie Tamesis, please join us from South Africa with the latest update.
Global cases of this new variant are on the rise. Infections now identified in Hong Kong, Israel, and Belgium. Scientists sounding the alarm on this variant, which they say is the most heavily mutated variant discovered so far. They worry could evade vaccines and could be more transmissible. United Kingdom instituting an emergency travel ban on 6 southern countries. Where the variant was first identified, Israel and Singapore also introducing travel restrictions overnight. The European saying it's planning to follow suit. Now today, the World Health Organization holding an emergency meeting and could designate this variant as either one of interest or one of concerns. The global markets reacting this moment with stock taking a hit.
And Jeperzon Talledo, is the news of this new variant coming from European nations are implementing a new restriction as well.
Yeah, that's right. With Europe the epicenter, a fourth wave is sweeping across much of the continent with a big surge of COVID-19 cases. Germany, one of the country's hardest hit areas, has recorded more than 100 deaths since the pandemic began. The World Health Organization is warning of a further 700,000 COVID-19 deaths in Europe by March if current trends hold. Both Austria and Slovakia have entered lockdowns. France is ramping its booster shot campaign. Portugal and Italy are tightening restrictions requiring people to be vaccinated to go social activities even in areas considered low risk for COVID now. With the Netherlands reintroducing mask mandates in stores and ordering bars and restaurants to close at 8 p.m. This is a stark reminder that we are not out of the woods yet. Back to you, Harid.
Thank you, Mr. Talledo.
Looking back on this week's highlight of men's basketball, the Golden State Warriors came out victorious after an extremely close and exciting game against the Los Angeles Clippers on this Monday, November 29, with a final score of 105-90. This is an important win after all that has happened. Stephen Curry played a close game with a final score of 105-90. It looked like the streak might end, but Curry scored 13 points in the final frame, as the Warriors pushed the lead to as many as 21 points after seeing it wind up, to just too late in the third period.
Before Baguio goes to Dubai, they first produced their latest single music video, Kundiman, and the teaser of the movie series Love is Colorblind, starring the love team Dawn Bell, is now trending throughout the social media. Giessan Labrado has the news.
Before the P-pop group BGYO goes to Dubai for the 1MX Music Festival, they sent a gift first for their fans. The latest single music video entitled Kundiman is personally composed by BGYO Akira.
Excuse me, asan yung klase? Excuse me?
Tol! Ano oras practice natin mamaya?
Excuse me, asan yung classroom, love?
Dulo ng hallway, tapos kaliwa dyan. Okay? Love.
Meanwhile, the upcoming movie of Bel Mariano and Donnie Pangilinan has been loved and trended nationwide. We can feel the click overload from the mini teaser they released yesterday. The teaser had reached a total of 2 million accumulated views throughout the social media and become the 4th most watched video in YouTube. The poster of their movie was also released yesterday. You can watch Love is Colorblind on December 10, 2021 in digital platform of ABS-CBN. Giessan Labrado reporting.
Donnie Pangilinan and Bel Mariano. Love is Colorblind, directed by John Leo D. Garcia.
And that's the news for truth and accuracy.
From the News Crowd TV, we are hoping that everyone is in good condition.
And also good day, Gio. This is the News Crowd.